Well, I kind of wanted to make a video today, and I just wanted to yap for one game. Hopefully, it's a longer game because if not, I'll play two. But kind of just want to talk about my life, like kind of what's going on. Uh, I don't think much will care, but I think I'll care. Maybe I'll watch the video back. Look back on it. It's like, man, I understand what that kid could have done now. But let's kind of get started. But life's been kind of hard, and I don't think it's necessarily been difficult stuff that we've been dealing with. This is stuff probably adults deal with like every day, but I think it's different when you're dealing with it for the first time. Just you just don't know what to do, confused, kind of kind of don't like how everyone else reacts to it, like they've done it before and it's just super easy to get fixed. Kind of want someone who understands that there's a struggle to it. That's you kind of struggle with that in your life because what you find out is that a lot of people have dealt with a lot of things silently, and maybe you start to realize that they haven't been dealing with it in the best way. And when you start to see that, it becomes kind of difficult. What's the bus route looking like? And then you start to say, well, where do I go? Do I go to YouTube? And like maybe you go to YouTube and you realize it's kind of a lot of things that you could see being helpful, but you just don't understand what they're saying. Like I watched a bunch of informative videos where people have been helped by it, but I think it takes a little bit more understanding to truly grasp what people say. And it's also hard when when you're actually one of the only people who will speak up about the problems that you see. When you're the only one who actually has the problem, and it's just kind of like you against everybody. My problem has been with everybody. Uh, I was a Boy Scout growing up. That was really, I think, where this kind of moral stuff started with the school. And it's when I went to Grey Wolf, I learned to be a leader. I wasn't the most mature leader. I was a bad leader. I needed to learn. I needed to be there. Grey Wolf is a great spot for leaders to go to. People love the stuff. Kind of wish I stayed in Scouts, but I left because my troop was terrible. Ah, that was one of my things. That's kind of like the first people where it was like, oh, I genuinely don't like where this is going, and the fact that I don't what they're doing, and like kind of involved in it because I'm not stopping it, I'm just letting it happen. I kind of feel bad about it, and I know I should stop it. And well, I guess that should segue into what's been going on for me, and it's that people in our school are idiots. They're not good people. There's a lot of bad stuff going on, and you kind of see the adults. Don't they haven't been doing much about it. They haven't it hasn't stopped. So not that I'm saying that the adults could stop it. Adults in our school, I don't really understand truly like what powers they hold to stop it, to stop what's been going on. The Obviously the drug problem's a big thing. The being lazy during class, the not focusing, the being disrespectful to the teachers. That's the one I hate the most. The disrespectfulness. It's terror. I just hate it. It's something shouldn't have to deal with. No, I'm not a teacher's pet for that. I'm just being brutally honest. It's disrespect. If you disrespect your if you disrespect your teachers, you are not, don't respect your bosses at school. I'm not at school, at work. It's 100% true. Based on the people I've seen, it's been 100% true. You don't just change overnight to actually do what you're supposed to do. That kind of sucks. And I I'm obviously not the perfect maturity. I'm not perfect. I was made by God. I I'm falling for sin. I'm not I'm not perfect. Please don't look at me as perfection, because if you do, then you're not gonna find it. But what you should be looking at, maybe a voice of reason, because that kind of helps your situation, can help you. If you don't know, also there's a guy over at my island. Alright, it's not really mine, but I like to treat it as mine. There he is. He's moving up there, up to the house. I guess we'll go for him. This is all real people, so. But I guess the parts of understanding it became, oh my god, I really don't like these people, unlike what they're doing. But I kind of feel like I'm forced to be with them because there's no one else to be with. You know, I don't want to be with the bad people like that, but in my school, there's no one else but the bad peoples. I truly question whether that it's good to be with them. I don't. Sometimes I question if it's just good to be in school. Every single class I go to, it feels like someone's getting disrespected, someone's getting improperly treated. It's not. I don't want it to happen anymore, but I can't do, again, like I said, can't do nothing. I think that guy might come up. If he sees this thing, he might place it down immediately. Or not. We can just sit in a bush. We can talk. We can be chill together. I know the rotates, so we'll be fine. Well, really, what it comes down to is, I, well, I'm not done talking. Oh my god, I keep losing my train of thought, but I want to also be respected. I mean, I might not do the best thing, but I don't think I've done anything to taken the respect out of me or take people not liking me. I don't think I've done anything that's purely that you should hate me for. But then again, I'm looking at myself through imperfect eyes. So I don't know what else someone else is thinking about that, but I don't think I've done anything. It feels like stuff from my past has been caught up to me, and it's not like recent past, it's more like past from years and years ago when I was a stupid kid. Stuff that I made myself known for is what's been sticking with me now. And I wonder, well, why? Why is that the stuff that's sticking, and then why is it sticking out now? Like, am I doing anything wrong that, like, made people think he hasn't changed a bit? It's a struggle. Because I don't see myself doing anything wrong. Like, I don't be perfect, but I don't see myself do anything wrong that I don't like. And that does frustrate me. It does make me upset at myself, not knowing what I can do to better myself. And this one girl, she works with me, and she told me once, not once, she told me recently at work, because I was posting a bunch of stuff on my Snapchat story that was kind of I guess it was depressing to her. You know, it was about losing the one girl. I just, one girl, the girl I was talking to, we've been previously in a relationship before, tr that girl that told me this thing, sent a text instead of her that saying that we shouldn't be together anymore, and I was super chill about it because what to me it wasn't a big deal not being with a girl, but then it turned into a big deal because instantly right after she she texted and said, "No, no, I'm not serious. No, no, no." Well, I took that serious. Oh, she was just. I was like, well, why would she do that then? You know, actually asked her that question. She never responded to me for 3 days. I come to sit with her at lunch. I actually genuinely don't think anything of it. I completely forget. But then she doesn't talk to me. She actually brings a guy over, and I start talking to him. I'm like, oh, you know what's going on here? Because I don't. And then I start putting two and two together because she only tries to talk to him instead of talking to me. And then I put put have one of my friends talk to her about it, and she says, "Oh, I'm just being a crybaby about it." And like I was told, but I wasn't told anything. And then it turns out that, well, along with being a crybaby, there's problems with me that are not. I haven't even seen them as problems. On top first, that's first. I don't think they're problems. You guys be the judge of that, but I don't think they were. And then second, some of them weren't even true. It was just a full lie and fabrication to make me look bad, and I would never do that to her again. I did it before when I first broke up with her, and I realized that's just such a bad thing, and now it's happened to me. Now I really understand why it's a bad thing because already my reputation was broken because of it. That's probably why people didn't like me in school before, is because of how I treated that ninth grade relationship. And now I'm a junior, and it still haunts me. It's still on people's minds. It's crazy. But do I shoot him? Do I shoot him? Let it be. But it comes to like a certain point where I felt so cheated, and then I started posting that stuff because I wanted other people to know, you know, because I don't tell anyone else about this other than my friends, which is like one or two, and I don't want them to hear it anymore. I want other people to know. And then she takes it as, well, why don't you spend time getting better, and why do you post that stuff? Like, maybe because I want other people to know, man, because no one else even cares to ask. I mean, you didn't even care to tell me the truth. No one did. No one cared to tell me the truth. No one cares to tell me actually why the reason they hate me is. No one cares to actually find the truth out. You know, no one cares about the school too. No one cares about respecting teacher. No one cares about stuff. They kind of just care about themselves, and it's very eye-opening for the world to know that the generation that's coming out cares about themselves. They have high standards for others, but they care about themselves. They don't share the sentiments for high standards. That's bad. It's scary. You don't know what's coming in your future, like what you're gonna have to deal with because bad parents. I just destroyed that guy's life. And now I'm probably gonna get held. Great. Or not. That's good. I think I put myself in like some of the worst. This is the worst situation I could be in. Honestly, I just wanted to be in a bush, but this is. I'm kind of screwed if zone pulls far. I gotta get in that bush, and then I'll talk again. Yeah. Well, I guess something we should know about each other to like ease the problem. We aren't all bad, you know? We shouldn't treat each other differently because of past mistakes. If the, if the things that are bad persist, I think you should stay away from each other. It's not good that you're with, but I don't think it's bad giving someone a second chance, especially when they're young and they actually have the ability to change. It's good that they it's good that you give them that chance so then they do. Maybe they'll learn. But it's also about, guys, when you parent, please parent your kid well, teach them discipline, teach them respect for others, because this will help stop this stuff from happening. If you care about it happening, this stuff doesn't need to be a canon event for other people. You could just genuinely, you can just break up with someone because it's not working. I've I've done it before. I love the girl. I want what's good for her, and that's kind of why I left so early. So then I could experience that, and she could too. That you don't have to be together. I hope that we can learn that together. This this hard this hard conversation. And I guess what it's kind of left me to is, guys, I'm depressed. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy with others. I'm not happy with the world I'm in. And instead of looking to God or maybe to others, sometimes I've been looking to other stupid things, and they're terrible. But guys, it's just the world we live in, right? You know, yeah. You gotta realize that that's what's happening. You gotta realize what you're doing to cover up the stress from the world you're in. The bad stuff that's happening, the bullying that sometimes you see and don't see. Sometimes it's the stuff that's happening to you that you've got to learn. So it's a hard life, guys. Gonna have difficulty. Alright. All I want to do is rotate, and we just got a guy sitting on top of that. Nice. We have no heals. We are dead. We're gonna have to play another game because I kind of want to get through everything I want to talk about. Gosh, we are living the hard life. It's a hard knock life for us. We're in here, but this is terrible positioning. Like genuinely terrible. Oh my god. And it pulls there. Well, screw me. Well, I've already been screwed by the game, so job complete, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of hard to say it. I I've been getting very mad at myself recently. A lot more mad than I have been about stuff because I feel like the world's just been going unfair for me. Don't know, but I'm just kind of been mad at the situation God's been putting me in. But that's I shouldn't be mad about that because this is good. Guys, everything doesn't have to work out in life. You don't have to be successful all the time. Sometimes you have to go through through struggles, and a lot of them, to really get a grip on what you need to be and what you need to improve on in life. What needs to happen. And the more struggles you go through, I promise you, the more successful in life you and others will be. You don't become the Fortnite GOAT at the start of your career. I'll say that. I wasn't good at the game at all before. Didn't understand a lot of things, but now I do. And now I'm still alive, even though all odds are against me. And I think that's good. One of the things I've been realizing, one of the worst things that's happened to me recently has been the loss of my knowledgeable team. One of our one of the other teams, the best team in this probably the state, one of the best teams in the state, got players got sick and they replaced for one of my teammates, which was the reason I thought we were gonna go to state. And now I have to figure it out by myself, and I was getting really mad because we need top three. We weren't getting top three, but it was just qualifiers, so not really a big deal. Next week's where it actually matters. But I was still getting mad. Like, okay, am I screwed? Oh my god, elite rotates. Just keep on going. Dude, talk about God rotates right here. This is one of them. I was so screwed like 5 minutes ago. Or whenever zone popped, and it was this. But yes, look at that. Adversity. What we were just talking about. Adversity, and like it's not always bad to have everything good go happen. Because now I'm showing you like actually great zone gameplay. You know, I might die in the next second, but I will be happy with what I did. Like, this was a hard fought game. I need that loot. Again. Adversity, man. Best thing ever. Realizing that everything's gonna be good in life. He didn't have heals. And zone's near me, so I'm fine. But and I'm dead. Yeah, nice. It's a really good game we have, but I think I'm gonna go back to the lobby to finish this off. Again, 7th place off of that. You know, we don't need to get kills. It's very boring gameplay, you know, if you're watching for the gameplay, but I don't think that should be why you're here. I'm gonna turn off the music too. I got some hype shit on. Well, I guess it really has to boil down to You're gonna deal with some tough shit in life. There's gonna be a lot of it. We're gonna go through times where we're gonna think we're not good enough. We're gonna go through times where we see everyone else actually not being good enough and not caring. We're gonna see people in our life change for the worse. We're gonna see ourselves change for the worse. We're gonna go through times of depression. We're gonna go through times where it's gonna be just us dealing with everything at once. But what I ask you, and what I'm gonna tell you to do, is please look for something else. Look for what could be your future. Look for what this is setting you up for. Look at what God's putting in your place. Because He's putting this very unappetizing meal in front of you because there's going to be He has a more appetizing meal in front of you later, and He wants you to eat that. He wants you to enjoy all of what life has and praise Him for what He's giving you, because you know it's going to be for your good. And God's been using me for a purpose lately, and it's been feeling like I've been struggling, and it's just been me, and I've been the only one dealing with the problem. But just like I've been talking about just my story, we can look and talk about Joseph's story, or we can talk about someone like Paul's story, and we can see that they were put into some terrible spots, but they still exalted God and they still knew that there was good to be done. And there was happiness other than what their bad stuff was happening. So please, look to your future. Look to what's actually good. Look to what's actually matters, and that's God and worshiping Him and His great power that He has set before you. I thank you for watching. It's been a joy to talk, a joy for really everything here. Please love yourself. Love what God's has for you. Peace.